So, in this video, I will be comparing all the different swords on Citadelle the Morts to see which one is the best. The criteria will be how easy it is to get them, how powerful they are past round 30, how well do they kill amalgams, and how fast do they charge. I will not be talking about incantations in this video, I just want to focus on swords. Let's begin. But before the video starts, don't forget to subscribe. I'm only 6 subscribers away from 300 subs. Please subscribe. And also, don't forget to like the video. Enjoy. So, to begin, how to actually get the bastard swords. To get the sword, you first need a stamp, and stamps are dropped by zombies who have a knight's helmet on their head. Keep in mind that they only start spawning in during round 11 and after, so you can't actually get any of the elemental swords before round 11. After you have the stamp, you can choose which sword you want. There are 4 different statues: the dragon one, the lion one, the stag one, and the raven one. Each of the swords have different elements and damage types, but for the first one, I will be talking about the dragon. In my opinion, the easiest sword to get, but also one of the most powerful ones. In order to obtain this sword, you have to put your sword into the dragon statue and bring it 3 different fire fangs. One is on the wall, next to the cannon used to open up the castle door, and two are at spawns. One on the left side and one just next to the spawn point. After you bring all 3 of the fire fangs to the dragon, congratulations, you have the fire sword. Next is the stag, or lightning sword. To get the sword, you need 3 different lightning rods. The first one can be found next to Deadshot Daggery. The second one is dropped by a zombie. I don't actually know if you have to talk to Strauss for this, or if it's just dropped naturally. I suggest actually talking to Strauss, picking up the stag sword, and then going to kill zombies. And for the third one, you need dead wire on one of your bullet guns, and you need to shoot the electrical box next to Speed Cola. After you have all 3 of the lightning rods, there's a vase looking thing next to Elemental Pop on the big wall. You have to put the rods into the vase thing and kill zombies next to it. When you see that your sword has lightning on it, strike the vase thing. You have to do this 3 times. After you have done it 3 times, place your sword into the vase thing, and boom, you have it. The lightning sword, or the stag sword. To get the lion sword, or the light sword, you need to kill glowing parasites. The glowing parasites spawn in after getting the lion sword, so keep an eye out for them. After killing a glowing parasite, you will see that your sword will be glowing. There's a door next to Speed Cola that you have hit 4 times with your glowing sword. But keep in mind that you have to kill 4 parasites separately. You cannot kill 4 parasites, then hit the door 4 times. You have to kill a parasite, hit the door 4 times. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you see 4 lights glowing, enter the room. In the room you can see a pedestal. Place the sword into the pedestal and 4 different symbols will start floating around. On the pedestal you can see a symbol glowing, and you have to shoot the correct symbol that is floating around. Do this 4 times, the game will kick you out of the room, and boom, there you have it, the lion sword. So, I left the hardest sword for last, the raven or the void sword. So for this you need to find the piece of bone next to the room in Stamina Up. It's the room that unlocks after you unlock a pack punch. There are multiple spawns in that room, but the easiest way to find the correct bone is to just look for a bone that is on top of this wooden piece. After you have found said piece of bone, you have to go back to the spawn and go to the tavern's basement. There you will find a circle on the wall. Place the bone into the circle and enter the correct code. The codes are on screen now. Thank you Mr. Rothwaffles for this beautiful screenshot. Shout out to him. After you have entered the code, a purple hole will open up next to the circle on the wall, and the balls will be floating out of the circle. And then you have to lead 3 of them into the hole. You just have to stand next to the hole until 3 of the balls have gone into the hole. After doing this 2 more times, go back to the basement, press F on the sword, and boom, there you have it. The raven or void sword. So, which sword is the easiest to get and which is the hardest? In my opinion, the easiest sword is definitely the dragon sword, because you just have to make 3 runs back and forth to spawn, then back to the castle, and there you have it. Actually like a really good sword for early game and late game. And I think the most difficult sword is the raven sword, because you have to memorize multiple spawns for the bone, multiple codes for the bone, and I think it's just like way more complicated than the different swords. The stag and the lion swords are also quite easy, neither of them are challenging, but I think the Dragon Sword is way easier because you don't have to kill anything, kill anybody, you don't have to do anything, just bring 3 fire things back to the statue, that's it. But how is the damage past wave 30? The swing damage on all of the swords is pretty much the same, they're like 1 tab at 30, 31, goes to even 40, but the actual abilities are quite different. But I think, yeah, the best sword for wave 30 plus, in my opinion, is the Raven Sword. It's pretty much the Buffalo Servant from Black Ops 3, but a bit worse, but actually has infinite ammo, technically, so it's actually not that bad. The worst one, in my opinion, is the Lion Sword, because you have to get so close to the zombies. If you don't notice that your sword ability has ended, then that sucks for you. I just feel like you have to get way too close to them and it has no like actual good range attack like all of the other swords have. So that kinda, you know, puts it at the bottom for me. The Dragon and Stag Sword, damage wise, are quite similar, but the Lightning Sword shines out in one of the before mentioned categories. Holy crap. The Lightning Sword quite literally melts amalgams with the ultimate ability. Just click mouse 1 and mouse 2 and watch it melt. When I tested the special ability of the different swords, the Lightning Sword was definitely the best. The Dragon Sword, the Lion Sword, nor the Raven Sword actually did that much damage to it. But yeah, the Lightning Sword, it just melted him. Charge speed wise, the best swords are the Dragon and Lightning Sword. They charge super fast when compared to the Lion and Raven Sword. With the Lion and Raven Sword you need way more kills than 20. Or maybe it is 20, I'm not sure, I haven't counted them, but it just feels like it takes way more kills to get the ultimate ability. But the Raven Sword, I'm pretty sure charges slowest, but also deals the biggest damage. But the Lion Sword also charges slow, but doesn't deal that much damage, sadly. In conclusion, which sword is the best sword? In my personal opinion, overall, the Raven Sword is the best out of the 4 swords. It has good damage, can clear big trains fast, pretty much stuns the zombies and slows down specials. You can see if you activate the Rift with the sword, you can see that even the amalgams, they slow down and their animations slow down, so you can actually kill them pretty easily. The only negative thing about the Raven Sword is the slow charge time, and that's pretty much it. It has good swing, it has pretty much like this range attack, you don't have to be close to these zombies. I think it's just the best overall weapon in Citadelle the Morts. I think all the swords are good in their own different categories. For example, the Stag Sword is really good for amalgams, and it also has really good range attack. While the Dragon Sword also has a very good range attack, but it's better for clearing huge trains because of the big explosion. But it sadly deals self-damage with a PhD flopper, so I feel like if it actually didn't deal any self-damage, I feel like it would be super close to the Raven Sword. But the self-damage kind of like knocks it down a few pegs, for me personally. And the Lion Sword has something, I guess. It has rainbows. You can see a rainbow when it's fully charged. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I think the Lion Sword, when compared to all of the other swords, I think it's definitely the worst sword. Considering you have to like stand next to the zombies to like make it deal damage. It doesn't have a range attack. I think it's in general quite terrible for high rounds. It also deals very little damage to amalgams. So yeah, when compared to all of the other swords, that is the worst one. So yeah, in conclusion, the Raven Sword is the best sword to use. I also recommend the Stag Sword and the Dragon Sword. But I do not, under any condition, recommend the Lion Sword personally. So I just think it's the worst one. Anyway, so this was my video on the swords in Citadelle the Morts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.